Senator Cotton, please.
Admiral, I want to continue along the line of questioning about Taiwan's capabilities. I know that there's a backlog of weapons transfers to Taiwan that has to be addressed, but not every kind of weapon in the world is backlogged. So while we work on that backlog, I want your professional assessment on whether an appropriation of FMF funds to provide Taiwan with weapons that are not backlogged, weapons such as mines, might be helpful for them and also helpful to increase deterrence in the Western Pacific.
Yes, Senator. So the delivery capability to enable our responsibilities under the Taiwan Relations Act is important, and to get it to the people on Taiwan is critical. And the capabilities we've laid out that we've coordinated and identified inside the department, there are many that could be done very quickly.
And could you just give us kind of a handful of the top priorities of what additional FMF funds could get to Taiwan of weapons that are not backlogged?
I think what I give you is the capability set. I can't tell you which specific ones are backlogged. But if you think about anti-aircraft capability, if you think about anti-ship capability in a variety of forms, whether they be missiles, mines, but those capabilities would be critical.
There's also the possibility of a Taiwan-focused presidential drawdown. Would your answer be the same for that? That also could help surge some of the capabilities of Taiwan that they need to improve deterrence in the Western Pacific, just like FMF funds would?
Yes, sir, absolutely. And I thank Congress for taking a look at that, and ultimately for the Presidential Drawdown Authority, not only for the authority to do it, but ultimately to backfill it if possible, is critical.
Okay. You've also expressed concern about the loss of any combat power in the theater. As the ranking member on the Air-Land Power Subcommittee, I've been particularly concerned about the fact that our Air Force is characterized by shrinking inventories and an aging fleet going back 30 years now. I want to be clear, I'm not talking about changing our global force posture. I know there's been a lot of angst, if you will, about moving aircraft around from the Western Pacific and from Germany and Alaska. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about adding more capability to the Air Force as a whole. Given the importance of air power in any kind of conflict scenario in the Western Pacific, would additional F-15EXs and F-35s in the Air Force inventory enhance your efforts to deter conflict?
That certainly would, Senator, especially when you talk about the increased capability and capacity that might come with that. Fifth generation, advanced, and the fourth generation capability that exists in the EX, those capabilities would absolutely help deliver deterrent effects.
Thank you. General, North Korea continues to develop new capabilities and make new threats to the Republic of Korea and to the United States and other friends. They recently tested a solid-fueled intercontinental ballistic missile. How does that change your assessment of their capability, and why would that be an important advance for North Korea over their traditional liquid-fueled missiles?
No, thanks, Senator. It poses some challenges on the indications and warnings. Again, he laid out his plan. He's moving towards it. It's continuing to demonstrate a couple of things. One, he meant what he said, and two, he's continuing to be able to develop this capability, even with sanctions and even with COVID and lockdowns and things like that. He's been able to continue this development.
And why exactly does the introduction of a solid-fueled missile reduce your indications and warnings?
I'd rather move that to a classified setting. So.
Okay. I think sometimes we get kind of accustomed to these provocations from North Korea, and we overlook the fact that they are, in fact, improving their nuclear forces capability, and it's not just the same old, same old.
I can assure you I'm not distracted.
No, I know you're not, but I think some people here and when they see the news in the United States are, and I think it's important that we be mindful that they are making technological progress that is alarming in both the nature of their nuclear forces and also the ranges of their missiles. Thank you both, gentlemen.
Thank you, Senator Cotton. Senator Kelly, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Admiral Aguilino, as we spoke about this morning, just want to get a little bit more detail on the Compass Call electronic warfare mission. You know, there is